Hey, good afternoon. It is November 7th, 2022. We're in the New Testament and we are in the book of John, and we're going to read chapter 3, verse 22 to 36 today. All right. So we've already established that John is one of the disciples. In fact, he is called the beloved disciple, so he was Jesus's best friend, basically. He was also in that group of three that Jesus trusted with some of his deeper teachings, the ones that he went to when he needed leadership over the other disciples. John is giving us quite a different view than the other three Gospels that we have. This is much more personal. He really wants us to see Jesus' divinity. He wants to see Jesus' humanity. He wants us to see how the dynamics of the disciples worked. And in this section, he wants us to see how this relationship between Jesus and John the Baptist worked. Okay, and he shows us that the Pharisees, they're trying to start some garbage in there and trying to, oh well, you were out there baptizing people and people really thought you were good, and now here's Jesus and he came and now he's stealing your people away. Aren't you upset? And John the Baptist is like, why am I upset? That's the guy I was baptizing you for. That's what I'm prepared you for. That's the Son of God. It isn't me. So John the Baptist understood his place. And one of the things to catch in here is he talks about this being before John the Baptist went to prison. So in John's gospel, he's seems to be implying that there was a ministry before the one that the other gospels talk to, because the other gospels start with his ministry in Galilee. So that came after John the Baptist went to prison. So if he's baptizing before John the Baptist went to prison and he's baptizing in this same area, then he's also in Judea doing some ministry. And we saw that in that last section where John started with one of the three trips to Jerusalem that he includes in his gospel instead of just the one at the very end. So a little bit of difference, and again, you would expect that because John was right there in the middle of it. He was right there next to Jesus. So what he saw would have been different than maybe what one of the other disciples who was kind of towards the fringe might have saw and might have reported to Luke, who wrote his. So that's where you see some of the difference in here. But for us, we're going to go ahead and we're going to read John chapter 3, verse 22 to 36. After this, Jesus and his disciples went to the Judean countryside, where he spent time with them and baptized. John also was baptizing in Aenon near Salem, because there was plenty of water there. People were coming and being baptized, since John had not yet been thrown into prison. Then a dispute arose between John's disciples and a Jew about purification. So they came to John and told him, "Rabbi, the one you testified about and who was with you across the Jordan is baptizing, and everyone is going to him." John responded, "No one can receive anything unless it has been given to him from heaven. You yourselves can testify that I said, 'I am not the Messiah, but I have been sent ahead of him.' He who has the bride is the groom, but the groom's friend who stands by and listens to him rejoices greatly at the groom's voice. So this joy of mine is complete. He must increase, but I must decrease. The one who comes from above is above all. The one who is from the earth is earthly and speaks in earthly terms. The one who comes from heaven is above all. He testifies to what he has seen and heard, and yet no one accepts his testimony. The one who has accepted his testimony has affirmed that God is true. For the one whom God sent speaks God's words, since he gives the Spirit without measure. The Father loves the Son and has given all things into his hands. The one who believes in the Son has eternal life, but the one who rejects the Son will not see life. Instead, the wrath of God remains on him." May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.